So today is July 9th, I believe. 9th. Don't quote me on that. 2016. We're about 3 weeks into the summer. I'm kind of sad and happy because I like school, but I mean, the summer seems to go by way too fast. But anyway, I just finished my sophomore year like 3 weeks ago, and I'm going to be a junior this year. So I'm just gonna do a little reflection on this. So sophomore year is the year that my first year in PACE. I switched from beach to PACE, and let me just tell you, that was difficult. You don't know how much work that I don't even know what I'm doing this. Okay, PACE is a lot of work, and I didn't realize that until after the first semester ended. But there was this one day, this 1 week, 4 days in a row, that I got like 4 hours of sleep. 4 hours sleep, 4 hours sleep, 4 hours sleep, 4 hours sleep. I was dead. My parents were like, "This is crazy. You can't be doing this. This is not good." And on average, every day for this whole entire year, starting with the summer, I had 5 hours sleep on average every day. There was a lot of work, a lot of busy work, a lot of homework, a lot of reading. Reading was terrible. A push. The SMOs took forever. I did 7 pages a night. One time I did like 10 pages or something like that. I read everything I was supposed to do. I was a really good student. It was difficult to keep my grades up. I got my first B in high school in geometry, my first semester of sophomore year, and I got a B in geometry again, and I got a B in bio second semester. I love Mr. Rita, my bio teacher, but his tests were terrible. I can't explain to you how annoying his tests were. I failed like a lot of them. This year I had like a lot of problems, and I didn't have the best attitude either, and I definitely needed to change. I've always had body image issues and problems, and I definitely dealt with that a lot in the summer. In the summer, I did this 1,200 calorie diet, and I'm a cross-country runner, so that's really crazy, and eating 1,200 calories only every day while running several miles is dangerous, and I had this goal, and I wanted to be skinny, and I also wanted to be skinnier because typically skinnier cross-country people are faster, and I really wanted to drop my time a lot. But that's a dangerous way, and I was around, at one point during the summer, I was 99 pounds. I have pictures where I can show you the difference between how it looked, and I don't know why I had to make this stupid decision, and honestly, like, during this time, I had, like, no boobs and no butt. I was just, like, a skinny stick figure, and that's what I wanted to be before, and I'm not like that. And then I started talking to this guy. His name, he's one of those, like, cute guys that every girl dreams after, and we started talking, and we talked for the whole summer, and then stuff happened, and I found my best friend through this, and I created a lot of drama, especially with him and his ex, and it was just crazy. But in the end, I all became friends with her. I became friends with my best friend, and I became friends with his ex through this. We don't talk anymore. It was really awkward for me for the longest time to go around his area, like on the like the catwalk by my freshman English class, because he stands there all the time during snack and lunch with his friends. It was really hard for me to even walk by there. My friend wanted to walk by there all the time, and I was just like, I couldn't take it. It took me a long time. I didn't get over him until like January, the third week in January, and that's when I started liking this other kid, or I thought I did. It's pretty cute. I still think it's pretty cute. For the longest time, but I didn't do anything. Like I won't like chase after boys. Like I'm part of it's too afraid to get rejected, but now I'm just like, I don't care. And then fast forward, I went on my first date in the Japanese gardens at Cal State. I'm the one that asked him, "Hey, we should hang out." But yeah, that didn't kind of work out. And I got my driver's license like on July 5th. And I got my AP scores back too. I got a 4 on the AP US History exam, and I studied really hard for that. So if you want to get a good test score, you better study your butt off, because that's the only way you're going to get it. What else? I had boy problems. I had body image problems. School was an issue. Oh yeah, school was really hard to deal with. Like, I couldn't focus sometimes, and I failed quizzes because of all these problems, especially the boy problems during this time. I was a different person during that time. Like September, October, November, I was really different. I was not myself at all. Social media was a big issue because I remember constantly comparing myself to other people and either thinking I was way worse than them or I was way better than them, and it was just terrible. I'd be like looking through my feed and be like, oh, she's pretty. I'll be like get jealous because she's like way prettier than me, or oh, she's not pretty, and I'll just get prideful because I'm prettier than them. At least I thought. And so it made me vain. It wasted a lot of my time. You get so absorbed in it. That's the only thing you do. Family problems, I'm not always the best person to be around. Sometimes I get cranky and like irritable, and I don't like being around my family that much sometimes. So I had problems with that. And then so in November, after like my boy problems, I didn't feel that great about myself, and so I did something. Like, it was the first day of Thanksgiving break. I downloaded like these dating apps. So it was like Hot or Not, Meet Me, and Plenty of Fish. But I'd never used Plenty of Fish. Just used those two. And it was really dangerous because I put myself out there, and I could have received nudes. Luckily, I didn't. But that could have happened. I was only on those apps for 3 days, and I'll tell you why. But on the Meet Me or Not app, Meet Me app, in just 3 days, about 110 guys contacted me. And, they were saying, like, terrible things, and they all said the pretty much same thing. You have a nice smile, you're cute, and stuff like that. And the Hot or Not app, I got, like, 67 likes in 3 days. So this whole thing was, like, filling that void that I did not have filled. But the thing is, like, it's terrible. You should never fill that void with boys or affirmation from guys. You should go to God for that. I didn't know that. Well, I didn't know that, but I didn't listen to that. My own advice. But it was feeding my ego, and I didn't want that. So I deleted it after 3 days. And what I didn't realize is that just because you delete it off the app physically off your phone does not mean that you won't get emails. So I got in trouble several times. Like, I remember getting the whole month of October, I had my phone taken away, and I got in trouble again. And in November, I got my phone taken away. My mom looked through my emails, and she saw that. She asked me about the dating website, and it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever had to explain. And I lost social media for that. So I've gone without social media for 9 months now. At first it was really hard because like you're so addicted to it, but over time you kind of forget about it. It doesn't like really matter to you anymore. You're just like less informed on like slang words and like what's popular. Like, I didn't know what the pink drink was until my friend told me about that. I'm more productive with my time, and I definitely have a more positive attitude. And I definitely did not have a positive attitude in like anything at all. Especially not with school. I got lazy, At some points I gave up. Oh, in cross country I was really competitive. I remember not liking the freshmen because I was super jealous of them because they're so fast. They got so fast, really fast, and they're naturally talented. And I'm not that naturally talented when it comes to running, and I've always wanted that, but that's not me. And being that competitive, because I worked really hard to get to where I was, and I just did not want to go back down for nothing. And yeah, and then I did do track this year, so that put me out of shape, and I had to do PE instead. And I thought PE was going to be a terrible experience, but it was actually a really great experience. I met a lot of people, a really great group of girls, and I met some of my friends, Darlin and Andriana and Annie and like, people like that. They're all really nice, and they're really cool. And I love my PE teacher, Mrs. Irvine. She is the track coach at Poly, or one of them. Oh, I ran for commission. I ran against, it was a total, including me, 5 people. It was really difficult. I was the first person to turn in my application, so I was like, yeah, no one's running against me. And then all of a sudden, at the last minute, all these people running against me, and I'm like, how am I going to run against these people? So I spent so many hours into making name tags, posters, and hanging them up, and like telling people to vote for me, and stuff like that. Oh, and it voted for me. I was just like, yeah. I didn't think I was going to win. I was so nervous that day. I remember I had PE before lunch when they were going to announce who won. And I was like running my heart out that day at PE. I was just like, I couldn't, like, my heartbeat was going up and I should have stopped. I didn't because I was so nervous. I was just like, I don't know what's going to happen. I was so nervous. I thought I was going to like die. I don't know. So I ended up winning. And then, I signed for Lean Crew, and I've been waiting to do Lean Crew for like the past 2 years, ever since freshman orientation. And honestly, I did not think I was going to get in because they told me they don't take many juniors because it's seniors who's their last year. And they said I would hear back a certain date. I didn't hear back a certain date, so I got scared. But then I eventually heard and I got in. So I'm going to be doing that in a couple weeks, or more like month. No. Yeah, a couple weeks. So yeah, I have that going for me. This year, it was basically school for me. Not really much extracurricular activities or hanging out with friends. I was super busy. My faith has been going up and down. Not my faith, but like spending time with God has. Like reading my Bible and praying and doing my devotions. That's definitely like gone up and down. I haven't really been consistent with my chores. Sometimes, yeah, I'm really bad with that right now just because I've been so tied up with time. And my periods keep getting worse, you know? Like, for the most part, I feel the same being on periods because I use tampons. If you use pads, I'm really sorry. Your life sucks. Like, get some tampons. But, my cramps have been getting worse. I feel a lot moodier. Like, this whole week, like, I'm currently on my period. TMI, but who cares? And I've just been really irritable for no reason. Like, panicked or no stressed at stuff that aren't typically stressful for me. So yeah. What else? I think I kind of got burned out, and yeah, I had a lot of issues. I lost my penny board. I still need to get that back. Got that for my 16th birthday. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be 17 soon. That's scary. Well, I'm gonna exit this out because I think that's enough. But yeah. Bye, sophomore joy. Hello, junior joy.